Spirits review. Today is day 19 of the Adventure Beer Advent Calendar. Adventure Beer Company, based in Nottingham, based not far away from me actually, in Top Valley in Nottingham. Was in Sherwood, but he's moved to new premises. They're a brewery, they're a company that deal with breweries across the East Midlands, but predominantly in Nottinghamshire, getting all their beers and delivering them all over the East Midlands. And what it does, it enables people like myself to get beers from all over. They are a brilliant company. So today is day 19. I can see it's a can because it's sticking out at me. The advent calendars, they've been a bit thing this year. They seem to drop down. I think it might, but it can't. No, it's a white can. So I ain't got a clue who the brewer is. Good evening, Benjamin, matey. Just drank an amazing beer. I'll show you the can in a minute. So 19. It is 19, isn't it? Yep. Oh, and it's from Totally Brewed. So I'm getting a double bonus tonight. 2 belters. Oh. So this is Totally Brewed's Honeycomb Crunch Stout. Papa Jangles Honeycomb Crunch Stout. It is 4.5%. And what Totally Brewed do with their beers is Papa Jangles is basically a base stout. And they use different flavours to make different versions. They also have a Grand Papa Jangles, which is the same sort of thing. That's 7%. Yeah, I know their beers. That's a 7%. And basically, they do the same thing. And they've also, with their Imperial Stouts now, they're doing that as well, which for me is interesting. Because when you want a flavour of Imperial or 7% or 4%, 4.5, it's interesting to get the flavours that you want. So, yeah, Totally Brewed, NG2, which is Colic in Nottingham. Well, it's in the Cattle Market version. Good evening, matey. Yeah, their artwork is very good. And a lot of different types of beers as well, sours. They're very different to the likes of, shall we say, Neon Raptor, who deal with big stouts, even Thomas, and a lot of Neepers and them sort of types of beer. Yeah, lots of beers that sound the same. So, Honeycomb Crunch Stout. Let's see how it pours. I may have to save some of this again and see what it's like at room temperature. I'm going to do that with any stouts going along. So for those who missed the Thornbridge review from a minute ago, that's the beer. Pardus Creme Brulee Imperial Stout. And it was a bloody stunner. I'm going to do a room temperature review, as I am with this. So I'm only going to pour out what I need to pour out, and then take it up the house later and do a room review. Quick beer review at room temperatures, just to see what it's like. So, Black Forest, 11%. Is that Imperial Stout then? That. And how do you rate it then to the North Star 3 from Northern Monk? Me too, Benjamin. Me too, mate. I want to take the wife up. What I want to do is take the wife, get a bed and breakfast nearby, and do a good session at the tap room, and then go back to the bed and breakfast. I've done all my Christmas shopping, Darren. Yeah, the wife's still got a few bits to do for the kids and stuff. You know, there's a few random people. Better than the Thornbridge Northern Monk then. Ooh, that's interesting. I love Black Forest Ghetto. Reason I asked. So yeah, black pour on this. Slightly off-white head. You can see the head. Not much of a head, to be fair. On the nose. I do get the crunchy honeycomb element on the nose, but I also get the roasted malts and stouty. Yeah, I know that's the only problem sometimes, isn't it? Depends how much pennies you've got in it and what you can afford. And I know a lot of craft beer, the craft beer community, those who are, craft beer snobs, should we say, they look down at supermarket beer. But, people who buy supermarket beer are doing it because they can't afford to go to bloody craft beer shops and buy the £11 and £12 stuff. So, they're looking just for something new to try maybe, and to delve in, but delve in at the cheap end. And I understand that. It all depends on the background and what pennies you've got. You know, in this day and age, especially with this stupid bloody pandemic, um, money is a thing at the moment. There's a lot of people who've lost livelihoods because of bad decisions by both government and health professionals and councils, and across the board there's been some mega mistakes. But it smells nice anyway. Right, let's dive in. So this is going to taste better at room temperature. Chilled stouts at chilled temperature, I don't like them at chilled temperature. I'll review it for the sake of reviewing, and then do a quick beer review up the house and do a proper examination of it. Well, in a minute at least, once it's warmed up. So the elements are there: the honeycomb, the stouty elements. I know very well the Papa Jangles base. I've had this since 2014 when they first appeared at Nottingham Castle next to Black Iris, to be fair. At that time, one, I wasn't a beer reviewer. Two, I was just somebody who liked to neck beers. And it's like, who are these? Hey, some new puppies on the. It's funny how over the years you get to appreciate the brand, and the people that own this are really nice people as well. Totally Brewed, quite quiet. Well, he seemed that way at the beer festival. I do, mate. Yeah, I do. I've got a lot of my beers of the year are up the house now. They're in the warm. They're up the house. Oh God, bloody joiner doing a gardening job, eh? Yeah. Is he trying to steal my thunder on gardening? He'll never be the gardener that I am. Anyone who gives vocations Imperial Banana 1 out of 10. But in any case, there's a sweetness to this. I do get the elements. The elements are there. I do think that vocations, it might be an ABV thing. And good evening, Kevin and John, obviously. It might be an ABV thing, but I did think that vocations, honeycomb country beer, is for a better word, because of the ABV. I think it was 7%. Hit home better. Is that because of the ABV? Is it because it was at room temperature? We shall see. So we'll call this a chilled temperature review, because obviously it's down the beer room. It is what it is. You should not be reviewing stouts at chilled temperature. We all know that, and I can't do anything other than, because I don't know what's in the bit in these. Although I've got a flipping good guess what's in number 23, because I know the can. I can see half the name and I can see the colour, and I know the beer. Homebrew wine at Christmas. I'm just waiting. It's been freezing today. Yeah. We drove up to near Doncaster today, and yeah, good trek out. It was about an hour to get there and then an hour to get back. Although I didn't drive on the way back for obvious reasons. I had a nice glass of wine. Big glass of Kronenberg to start the proceedings, and then a big glass of wine, half a bottle of wine. It was a lovely, fruity, dark wine. Went down the street. And I'm glad I wasn't driving as well. Whew, yeah. I'd have been well over the limit. But thankfully the wife was driving. And I don't knowingly drink and drive anyway. But yeah, malty, nice roasty toastiness with this. Certainly with that honeycomb element. And there's a sweetness to the element. So it's interesting to see what it's going to taste like later, to be fair. I hope everyone's gearing up for Christmas in everyone's own way, because obviously not everyone, people live on their own, you know, and it's tough living on your own. I've lived on my own at Christmas for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and it was tough as a 16-year-old when I left home, living on my own at Christmas, and you know, no presents, and no Christmas, not even a real Christmas really. Sat on my own at Christmas. Yeah, did get invited out, but I didn't want to impose, and so yeah, kind of stayed on my own. Back in Christmas Eve, I do feel sorry for you, mate. But if the money's nice, sometimes if the money's good, then fair play. I've got somebody at work who's working through Christmas, but he's going to be on some amazing money, and if that's fair play, you know, if you're on good money and you're working, fair play. If you're on shitty standard wages, apologies for Totally Brewed for swearing. If you're on standard wages and you're working through Christmas, then that's crap. You've got to fit. You got to think about people in the NHS, police, firemen, ambulances. Those people that, and like yourself, really. Those people are working Christmas, but not getting an enhancement. You know, away from your family. It's a crippler. It's the worst. For me, being at home at Christmas is the unbelievable. It bugs me because this country has downgraded bank holidays and Easter and Christmas down to something that, you know, most people, given the choice, money's not a consideration. They'd rather not do it unless they live on their own. Family people would never work those days if they could get away with it, regardless of money. Brewdog beer. No, I've never really been interested in the Brewdog range. You know, they're expensive for what they are. They really do take the mick. I am looking into doing the Evil Dog double IPA. To be fair, yeah, that's 5 years of working in retail did that to me, Benjamin. You know, I'd had enough. It's like working up till Christmas Eve, and we work bloody hard in retail, and then getting Christmas Day off, and it's like, yeah, back in Boxing Day. It's like, whoa. And there was no need for us to be in. They could have given us the booze department after Boxing Day, after Christmas Eve, was dead, right up until New Year's Eve. And then people start buying Prosecco. And you can understand for Christmas, for New Year's Eve, partying. I mean, I've never been a New Year's Eve person anyway. I'm usually in my bed by about 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve because I've had enough and I want to go sleep. And I'm not one of these idiots who wants to stand around looking at fireworks going, yeah, another New Year. Yeah. Yeah. But that's just me, obviously. Yeah. We all do what we do. I mean, I know I've got friends of mine that go down to London, to the London Eye, and it's awful, isn't it? Own bargains, yeah. Jesus Christ, I was in Own Bargains earlier. Picked up Rockin' Rudolph. Hey, I had to rob it off the there was a trolley waiting to be worked. There was no tickets for Rocking Rudolph on the show, but there was a case on the trolley. So I snapped the plastic and took it off the trolley. £1.29 for Rocking Rudolph. And then you got that travesty of a Christmas pudding and vanilla or custard or whatever it bloody is. And it's dire. It's absolute. It's like a homebrew beer, and I'm not joking. It's like a cheap and nasty homebrew beer with Christmas spices chucked on top. It really is. I mean, I know what crap homebrew beer tastes like. I've brewed enough of my own, so I know what it tastes like. And it just tastes like that. Whatever brewery made that should be. I'd be worried if that was my brewery, that I'm producing crap beer like that. I know. I've just found out that the mother-in-law's got me a nice litre bottle of Bacardi. I think it's gold rum, or is it spiced? Couldn't tell. It was turned upside down in the car. So the wife's not. I've not officially been given it yet. So for Christmas. So get in. I do like a nice spiced rum, if I'm being honest, with cola, or sometimes just neat. And funny enough, this year I've not actually bought myself any bloody ginger wine. 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve. That is crappy, mate. I do feel for you. I've done it myself. I've worked crappy hours on both New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve, and it's not nice. You know, you're there, everybody's at home, chilling out, enjoying a bit of life, and you're there stuck at work, not enjoying life. And see, the thing is, a lot of the year you don't care about what hours you work, but at Christmas you do care. Good evening, Disco. How are you, matey? Hope you're good and looking forward to Christmas. I did drop on your feed last night for a minute or so, but for some reason, you said hello. I said hello back. I hope you got it. And I got bounced off, and I never could get back on. Instagram was having some right issues, or I was having issues, one of the two. Yeah, I've tried Bud. Yeah, many times. Yeah. The Premier version. I'm not sure if I've tried that. When I went to America, last time we went to America back in 2013, walked down Walmart, aka Asda, in America. And it's strange because in America, in their Walmart, Asda, they sell guns. You walk down an aisle, there's guns, and it's like, what the F is that? And it's like, Jesus. You walk down the British aisle, and it's like, yeah, we're back home. And you look at the prices, and you think, shit, not touching them prices. And then you walk down the Budweiser, there's a Budweiser aisle, and you walk down, it's like, oh shit, how many versions of Budweiser is there? There's a supermarket aisle with Budweiser on, all these different versions of Budweiser, and it's like, good mate. Yeah, Instagram was definitely having issues last night. Yeah, I do try and jump on and say hello and stay on. Good evening, Craig H. And yeah, it's the same as YouTube, isn't it? You know, these social media platforms, sometimes they work great and sometimes not so. It's like when you got notifications and no one gets a notification, then you're sitting there on your own, live, and you're thinking, am I live or am I not live? And yeah, it's strange. And I don't really like, you can StreamYard things in, but I don't like using StreamYard because the pixels are crap on StreamYard. They're better on natural YouTube. And I use a phone as well, so I'm not using posh technology. So now it's warming up, probably because it's been in my hand, although it's not that warm. It's getting better. And stouts, as you know, as everybody in the chat knows, stouts get better warm. I'm in the beer room. It's basically a shed, so it's not warm in here. It is warmer next to the gas fire, mind you. Sunday dinner. I've had a cracking Sunday dinner. Been up with brothers. Had chicken breast fillets, round carrots. God knows how they got them round, with some herby stuff on. Lovely roast taters, stuffing balls, Yorkshire puds, sausages with bacon wrapped round, can't think, piggies or something, whatever you call them. And it was immense, lovely. Washed it down with a nice drop of red. Can't fault it. It's like run up to Christmas, isn't it? We've got to reciprocate in a few weeks' time and get the brother and his wife and 2 kiddies down to us and to enjoy my wife's cooking. Yeah, I'll do the washing. I'm good at filling the dishwasher. It's a good life. Yeah. Put the plates in the dishwasher, turn the button, job's a good one. Washing's done. Good evening, Lee. Yeah, I'm Green and Jagman. Yeah, very, very ready for Christmas. Got the rest of the beer advent calendars on the run up to Christmas. And then I've got my beers of the year from Christmas, well, probably from Christmas Eve, going through Christmas Day up to New Year's Day. And I tell you what, Adventure Beer, mate, is Candyland. It's absolute Candyland. You could go in there with a couple of £100, and the beers are decent priced as well. There's the odd big beer that's about £12, but the majority of the beers are anything from about £3 to £4, and that's a sweet zone because it's not far off supermarket price. It's not as cheap as supermarket, but a lot of the stuff you don't see in supermarkets, and it's a lot cheaper than you pay off the internet as well. A lot of the big online stores, and some of the beers are absolutely amazing, especially if you like your styles of beers. It is, isn't it? They both look battered to high heaven, and I already know what day 23 is because that's it there. Where my hand is, and it says navigation, and it's blue, so I already know what the beer is. So day 23 is already given away to me. I know what it is. So yeah, but a cracking day for Thornbridge today. That's the Thornbridge beer for today. I won't go on about the review, but that is an amazing beer. There's so much left in. It's going up the house. It's going up to warm up. Same as with this Totally Brewed beer. Going to warm up in the house, and punching it. I didn't need to punch it. It just fell to blue pieces. I reckon, because in the shed, the cooler air in here, it fell to bits. £60 for Jack Daniels. How big? Surely you're getting some literage for that. Oh. Really enjoying this. I get the crunchy element. I get a real sweet element that kicks in. Be interesting once it's at room temperature how it changes. I am going to do quick reviews later, just to balance the books and see how they both are at room temperature. Oh, so looking forward to Christmas though. Just had me dinner at my brother's, so I'm all right for tonight. Won't need no food tonight. Chill out, watching a bit of TV, and I think we're wrapping presents tonight, so all's good. Am I the only one? 3 litre for £60. Good price. But the other week you could have got 3 litres for £51 from Morrison's. Always something to. Was that before VAT as well or after VAT? Gotta watch these bloody Costco's because they do a price and then you pay VAT on top and it's like, ouch, you know. I don't like these places where they add the VAT afterwards. It's all right for companies because they don't pay VAT. Lockdown, yeah, I know. It's coming, isn't it? Maybe after Christmas. And in London, Jesus. If you believe what the media say, then London is really, really in the quagmire. The rest of the country, Nottingham City, is also not good. Luckily, I don't live in the city centre. I live on the outskirts. So, although we are classed as Nottingham City, but we're not. Nottingham City is where all the students are. So you can understand what's going off there. As it did with the first lockdown, it was never the people of Nottingham, it was the students all the way along. PS5, fair play. Yeah, I think there's going to. This is why we're not even looking at holidays at the moment, because it's bloody pointless. What's the point? No point at all, because you know it's going to get cancelled. Yeah, what you need is people to turn around and say this variant is nothing compared to the other variants. But until somebody gets off their backside and proves that, then they're going to go with the let's go panicking again, like the media have done. And the media are so strong in this country and throughout the world, I suppose, that they cause so much of the issues. You know, the media destroy lives. I can't stand media. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Half the population now has had the third jab. So surely that half of the population do not need. Yeah, I don't watch the news either. I don't watch it. It does my boating as well. So, 26 minutes in. Oh dear. So, Totally Brewed, Papa Jangles, Honeycomb, Crunch Stout. Crunchy in a tin. 4.5%. The lowest ABV of all the crunchy stouts that I've seen. The one at Asda, the one at Sainsbury's, and this one. It does have the elements though. That crunchy element, both on the nose and the taste, is certainly there. And then the base stout kicks in. No, mate. And watching the news is not good. I've turned it off my phone. I just can't be done with it. Too much doom and gloom. And then they wonder why there's a mental health crisis. People watch the news and they wonder why people are drinking more. We've all got our own opinions on the jab, haven't we? You know, we certainly have. But the media are by far the instigators of all the trouble. So yeah, black pour, light tan head, off just slightly off white to be fair. 4.5%. Yeah, it did taste of honeycomb. Um, I'll be better when I do a room temperature review later. At 5 for me, 100 cans for 300 quid. Wow, that's a lot of cans to buy at one time. You've got to have some nice beers for 300 quid to spend on anything. You know, you'd want to be looking at the prices of those cans to recce up. If it was 100 mixed cans and you knew there were a lot of 10 to 15 quid cans, fair play. But if there's a lot of cans you can get in supermarkets, then you'd never touch it. Never. I don't trust Costco myself. Um, I've been there and I've looked at the deals, and there was not many deals that I actually thought, yeah, these are good deals. Certainly not from a consumer side of things. Back to the beer. Yeah, good 4.1 out of 5 for this one. Need to review it at room temperature. And I've got to run because I've been down the shed ages. Cheers, everyone, for joining in. Yeah, definitely, Benjamin. If there was American beers, that would be stunning. All about the beers. 100 cans, 300 quid is interesting. But you do not want any lagers in that. And you want rare beers in that. Yeah, yeah. Very interesting. Be interesting to see what beers are actually in it. That would be an but then again, you've also got a 300 quid. Jesus Christ. Christmas, 300 quid. I certainly haven't got it. You know, not rich enough. Cheers everyone for coming, and see you tomorrow. Cheers.